Hello friends, welcome to learning ETAP training series. In the previous video we have defined load pattern, diaphragm and mass source. Now in this video we will apply the loads to the frames. So before applying the load to the frame, first of all I will be explain you how these loads will be comes from. So if you will be go to the AutoCAD file and if you will be go to the ground floor plan, so here the width of the wall is considered as a 0.23 meter. Here the width of the wall is 0.11 meter, but here the width of the wall is 0.23 meter with opening, and here width of the wall is 0.23 meter without opening. So 19.2, that is kilonewton per meter cube, that is unit weight of brick, because of our wall is made up of brick. And here in the ETAPS we have to apply the load in terms of kilonewton per meter. So we have to convert kilonewton per meter cube to kilonewton per meter by multiplying width of the wall and height of the floor. So height of the wall. So what we can do, 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube is our unit weight of brick, 0.23 that is width of the wall, and 2.85 is total height minus 0.35 that is beam depth. So that is 2.50 meter, that is height of the wall, and 0.7 I had multiplied with 0.7 because of here there is a opening. So when there is a opening is there in the wall, so our Indian code states that you have to consider 70% of the total area. So that's why I had multiplied here 0.7. So that values will be comes that is 7.728. Similarly, if the opening area is not there, then that value will becomes 11.04. Similarly, if partition wall is there, then at that time width of the wall will be 0.11. So at that time your load will be 5.28 kilonewton per meter cube, kilonewton per meter. And with that load with opening area, that is 3.696 kilonewton per meter. And finally parapet wall. So height of the parapet wall, that is 19.2 multiplied by 0.11 multiplied by 1 meter is height of the parapet wall, 19.2 kilonewton per meter cube, 0.11 width of the parapet wall. So you can consider either full width or you can consider either half width. Generally full width is to be taken so that your structure may be more safer than the half width. But if you are considering half width, then this values will be comes. So now if I will be before I will be apply all these values to the ETAPS, so make sure you should be able to understand that how these values come from. Now I will be go to the ETAPS and then I will be go to the define and load patterns. So make sure we have all the load patterns. So we have wall load, parapet load, that is dead 0, dead load, dead value will be 1, wall load, similarly parapet load, similarly floor finish, live load, and seismic load, earthquake load in the X direction, in the Y direction, and live load and partition work. So make sure you have all these load patterns you have applied. If you have missed any one of the load patterns, so please apply those load patterns as well. Now we will go to the ground floor plan view. If you are not in ground floor plan view, you can click set plan view and you can click on ground floor plan view. Now what you can do, you have to apply these values to the structure. So first of all, as you can see here, there is a full width, that is 0.23 with opening. So that value will become, that is 7.728 kilonewton per meter. So I will be go to the ETAPS. Now how to define this load, that is the important thing. So I will be go to the assign, frame and distributed load, and make sure it should be a partition load, because of we are applying the load, that is partition load. So it should be a partition load. Make sure load pattern name should be a partition load, and we are directly applying the value 7.728. But before applying, first of all we will select all these elements. Where we have to apply 7.728 kilonewton per meter load. and then we will click on apply. So as you can see 7.728 kN per meter load has been applied at here. Now if you will be see here without partition, so that value will becomes 11.04. so we will go to the ETABS and we will use 11.04 kN per meter and we will select this, all these beams, and we will simply click on apply. So that load has been also applied. So now if you by mistake if you had applied wrong value, so you can simply select that and let us say 15 and you can click on replace and click on apply. So that values will be replaced. So 11.04 replace and select this beam, apply. Now next one is, this is our partition wall. If you will be see, this is our partition wall without opening, so that values will becomes 5.28 kN per meter. So I will be go to the ETABS and I will be use 5.28 kN per meter and I will be select this beam and this beam. These three beams I will be select and simply click on apply. I will be also select this 11.04 and click on apply. So make sure at the end you should have these values. So 7.128 and all these loads has been applied. Now we will go to the first floor plan view. We will save this model and we will go to the first floor plan view by move up, again move up and again move up. Now if you have to refer the first floor plan view, the same loading will be there, but here there is a partition load with the opening. So that's you need to be understand, that's you need to be defined. I will be go to the ETABS and I will be applying the load, partition load, make sure, and first of all I will be apply 7.728 kN per meter and I will select this frame load, If you are getting this message, then make sure you are selecting beam, this beam, and make sure you press the control key so that you can able to select the beams very properly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total 9 beams we have selected and value is 7.728 and we will simply click on apply. Now we will apply here, as you can see, full load without opening, so that values will become 11.04 and we will select this beam, control select this beam, and we will simply click on apply. Similarly 5.28, because of the that is a partition wall, so as we can see partition wall, the values will become 5.28 kN per meter. So 5.28 and we will click on this beam as well as this beam and simply click on apply. And lastly we have partition wall with the opening, so we will select 3.696 and we will simply click on apply. So this is how you have applied all the first floor values. Now we will go to the second floor, move up. So right now we are in second floor. In second floor, first we are applying 7.728, that is full width of the wall with opening. So we will simply click on beam. So if you be follow or refer our second floor, so as you can see most of the walls are with a opening. So as you can see most of the walls are with a opening, so that you can refer this plan, and as per that values you can apply. And here is also 7.728 values will be comes. Now here that is a partition wall, so obviously 5.28, and here there is a partition with opening, and here there is a beams with without any kind of opening. So 11.04 loading will be there. Now here there will be no loading will be there. Why? Because of above this story there is a terrace, and here there is a no beam, and here there is a no loading, as you can see. So at this time there is a no loading will be there. So 11.04, 11.04. And now if you will be go to the roof plan, and in the roof plan we will be apply that is a parapet load, and we will apply parapet load that is 2.112 kilonewton per meter, and we will select all the periphery beams, and we will simply click on apply and make sure it should be parapet load and click OK. Now if you don't see these values, so what you can do, you can go to the display, load assign and frame. Let us say if I be use dead, I had not applied any kind of dead load, so that values will not be displayed here. Here as you can see there is a no option of OK. But if I be see, let us say parapet load and say click apply, so as you can see parapet load values will be there. If the values will not be displayed, then you can display the value by this option. Let us say if I will go to the second floor. Now as you can see in first floor there is no value will be displayed. So I will be go to the display option, the load assigns, and click on frame, and then I will be click on partition load. So all the floor it will be displayed the partition load. As you can see here is also partition load, and here there is no partition load. So here I have to change that option partition to the parapet. So by these values, by this option you can apply the loads. So make sure your roof load has these values, roof level. If you will be go to the ground floor plan and go to the display, your partition load should be like this. Your second floor plan, your partition load will be like this, and your first floor plan and second floor plan, your partition load like this. So this is how, if you are following with this tutorial, so you must apply this value. So in order we have same analysis result.